Everybody meet Luke Robert, bro. 2 first names, dog.
What's going on? I'm in Guy's house.
Are you jerking off?
No.
Okay.
Just
You're
our
in Guy's
guy.
house, dude. My van. It's a vibe.
This is great. Thanks for having me.
You look really nervous.
I am not a fan of the podcast.
Your voice.
Life. General.
So why are you on this, bro?
Because I need to get better. I need to break into new horizons. I need to be part of...
And you should
Everyone's
do that.
doing it. I said, fuck it, you know?
Well, I'm glad you're on.
I gotta start going on.
Why does your voice sound like that? Like, why do you sound like you just smoked, like, a pack of cigarettes?
I don't know. It's weed. I don't smoke cigarettes.
You sound like a cartoon character, you know? I feel like Cartoon Network would love you. Like, they'd love to have you. As, like, a voice man.
Anything to get me out of doing interviews in a van.
So get out of here, bro.
No, I'm kidding.
Get out.
You know.
Don't talk shit about my van.
I'm sorry. Disrespect.
Yeah, watch your mouth.
No,
Just kidding, I didn't mean to.
I get... I've always got a weird voice, so...
No, it's cool. It's, like, unique.
It could go either way.
Yeah. Well, you rock it, bro.
How are you? I'm sorry, people. This is...
You know what? That's the thing is, like, this show is just like a representation of, like, the fake conversations we have in society. Like, you don't mean that. How are you? You know, you're trying to fill in the void.
I'm trying to fill in the void. You're exactly right.
Well, let me tell you something. I know you are really into women. I like how you go for it. You know, I like how when it comes to women, you don't hold back. You're like the beta male who tries. You know what I mean?
I just have a lot of thoughts.
What do you mean by thoughts?
Just on women. Because I think one of the few things that make your day a little better is talking to the other species besides male. So I'm just fascinated by them, even though I struggle sometimes.
Mm-hmm. But you go for it. Like that's the cool thing about you is that, like, we had that host a couple days ago at the open mic, and you were just like, "Can I get your number?" And then she's like, "No, I have a boyfriend. We live together." And you're like, "Well, is it going good? Like, how good is it going? It's probably not gonna last forever." And she's like, "Hey, thanks for trying." I was like, "Hey, you gotta give it to him, bro. Like, he's put in the effort." Like, that's the thing about you is that, like, you know what you want and you
Yeah, I mean,
that.
I try oftentimes, especially at mics like that. Sometimes that, when I do shit like that, though, it doesn't float as good over,
Mm-hmm.
you know, with some crowd. So it's always like just figuring out, like, because I know times where I'm like, what the fuck, this is just too much. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
But I'd rather try and go for it than not, if that makes any sense. You know what I mean? Just to see, even if I fuck up or whatever, something not as good.
I got you.
Yeah.
Hey, man, because you're at least doing that part. You're trying. People don't even walk up to the girl. Like, if you see a cute girl on the street, would you walk up to her?
No. Well, it depends on the day, weather. I don't know. It's like some days, do you get this? You just feel, you wake up and then you look in the mirror and you're just ready to rock. You're ready to fuck. You're ready to talk to, I don't know. And then some days you wake up and you may look the exact same, but your whole confidence is just off and you're not ready to go. I don't know. It's the brain for me has got to be in the right place, right day, right
Damn.
time. I stay silent a lot 95% of the time.
I can't imagine what you think when you look in the mirror. You know?
Huge head.
Are you insecure about all that shit?
No, I've learned to accept it as the days go on.
What is your biggest insecurity?
My hands?
Really?
Tiny.
That's your biggest?
No, there's more, but I don't like to be watched when I eat. I don't know if that's an insecurity or what the fuck that is.
Why is that, though?
I don't know.
Are you like self-conscious about getting fat?
No, it's just like
No, I feel that.
they're
Like, you know those
staring
girls
at my
that like
food. Like, don't look at my. What do you not like? The raisins, the
you know those
seeds?
girls that like
Look
eat
at
and
your drink.
Those girls that eat and they like cover their mouth. They're like, yeah, I fucking like, yeah, I don't like one of them. It's like, you know, those girls that like cover. Do you know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
Do you do that?
No.
You'll just like chomp. You know what I fucking hate?
But what I used to do, I would make like, I don't know, in school I'd make like a little barrier. I would not tell my friends like I'm doing this because I don't want people knowing what's going on with my lunch. But I would make like a little barrier with tinfoil so people didn't know the full.
Like in
The
the classroom
what my dad was packing for me.
Yeah, it's like in the class when you're taking a test and you put those like 2 folders up. And then you do the test between the folders.
Yeah.
You bring one with you in your lunchbox. You're like, yeah, dude, let's fucking lock this shit down.
Exactly.
So I can eat my Lunchables. Were you a Lunchables dude?
I liked the, what do you call it? The ham and cheese. But I would just,
Those were good.
you know, the ham, cheese, Ritz.
I really like I like the pizza and the sandwich. You know?
Everybody.
And the nachos one too.
That cheese, though.
Yeah, they had both, bro.
That had kids in and out of the infirmary.
And then they had that one Oreo, bro. You just get one fucking Oreo. Like, they really knew how to keep you hungry, you know? Like, they were like, we're going to put just enough in this fucking Lunchable that they want to come back and get another one. And that's how they made their business. There's never enough food.
Same with the kid cuisines. They would also give you
I heard about that.
a mini little portion of brownie. In my house, we were locked and loaded on Hungry Man, banquets,
Did you have
kid
fat,
cuisines, because
fat-
my
fat
parents...
family?
No, just they weren't home. Nobody knew how to cook.
Maybe that's
So
why
we were hucking shit in the
So
microwave.
your mom's not around a lot? Wait, how old are you, dude?
No, they just worked. 23.
You're 23. And you live with your mom, right?
I do not.
But she has a new boyfriend and that...
Where did that go?
I don't know. I just saw your mom, and I'm like, maybe this is where all the neglect.
She does have a
Fullness
boyfriend,
is
but I
good.
don't feel like broadcasting this. To your
Hey, Luke Roberts' mom has a boyfriend, so don't.
I don't
tap in.
appreciate you, Mike. I want you out of her.
Is she hot?
Out of her life,
Is your mom hot?
dude. Not appropriate.
Nah,
Is your mother hot?
she's attractive.
Nah, my mom is past her prime. But yeah, she was a beautiful.
Past her prime, dude.
She was a
That's
beautiful
respectful.
soul back.
Do you have a picture?
I'm not showing you.
Dude, why? I'm your boy.
You are my boy.
And you're not going to show me a picture of a baddie?
You will never not be my boy, because I remember when I talked to you outside of a mic and I didn't have a job, you at least were kind enough to set me up with an interview.
And somehow you fucked that up, dude.
And I fucked it up, of course. But this man got me an interview, fellas, when I needed it.
You want to know something crazy about that place? Today, I was at the office and they had to incorporate more security because we got like shooting threats, like a shooter coming in to like shoot it up.
Shit.
Because they hired a rep who apparently went like bonkers. Like he went like insane, berserk, like racist, shoving, like making crazy death threats, like publicly to everyone in the room and to them. And then they had to escort him out with security. And then like 5 minutes later, he just runs back in and like charges the manager that was like interviewing you.
No.
And he tries to like fuck him up and like he's saying like crazy shit, and they had to escort him out again, and now they have to get armed security to stand by the doors, and they're scared he's gonna come back like next week, so now they're like locking the door all the time because they think this guy who they fired now for being a psychopath.
Right.
This happened yesterday too, which is crazy. They think he's gonna
Yesterday.
and they think he's gonna come back to shoot it up. So
Is that just because you guys are just giving interviews left and right?
yeah, I was like, dude, how would you hire? Okay, I guess the problem is like you managers. How would you hire this guy? How has this guy been with the company for 60 days? It was 60 days.
Oh, he was already hired.
Yeah.
Oh my. Oh.
He was hired for. How did you not realize this guy was a nutcase, dude? Like he was a
Was
psycho.
he a good salesman? I guess.
I have no idea.
You have no
I
idea,
never
yeah.
saw the guy.
I mean, that's the only criteria, I guess, to the business.
Yeah, I know, but oh my God.
If you're selling.
I heard a lot of crazy stories about him, so I'm just like, Jesus Christ.
How is that going for you?
Solar?
Yeah.
Yes.
I know you probably don't. I feel like you probably don't want to.
I mean, I like comedy more, you know? I'm fucking vibing with this. I'm doing like 3-4 mics a night now, and it feels good. It feels right, you know?
Yeah, I see you on the rise, social media wise.
Yeah, that's nothing.
It's a good little rhyme
that's
right there.
Cool, but
on the rise, social media wise.
Wow, you're clever.
No,
I want to go to like Skid Row and interview him, you know? Like I want to
Skid Row?
Yeah. You know what
I've been down there, Little Tokyo, got a sushi roll.
Bro, I took a girl on a
shit.
date there, and she bitched out, and she was like, "What the hell? You want to take me here?" And I'm like, "Yeah, look at this place is sick." And she's like, "Yeah, but we're gonna get killed." And I'm like, "Don't be a pussy, dude. Let's fucking have a picnic on a bunch of napkins next to these homeless people." And they were like, she was like, "Nah, let's just do that somewhere else." And then we left.
Yeah, it's a good idea. That's. What kind of first date was this? First date?
Yeah, first date. I
feel like you just go for the weirdest shit ever, outside the box, because you're a guy and you're always thinking. I feel like you're always on the move. You're always thinking, and you want to take them to the weirdest place like Skid Row because they're so used to Benihana,
right?
Or whatever.
Yeah.
And you think that's appealing. Maybe it is, but I don't know.
Dude,
but of course you bring a fucking first date to
I'm
Skid
just
Row.
slick with it. Do you want to hear what the date was?
What? Yeah. Yeah.
So I
You're fucking crazy.
I texted her or I called her and I was like, "How do you feel about this? We go to Starbucks and we just steal like 1,000 napkins, all right? And then we go to like a grocery store next door and we get like a bunch of like picnic stuff and we get like primary, like we have to get like dried apricots, like that's gonna be like the main dish.
That's gonna be the entree.
Yeah, that's gonna be the entree.
It's not a lot for an entree.
And then I pick her up. We steal the napkins. We go to the grocery store. We buy a bunch of food. Then we drive to Skid Row. We get there, and she's like, "What the fuck is this?" Like she had no idea. It was just a bunch of homeless people. Like she didn't know what to expect. And she's like, "I'm not getting out of the car." And I'm like, "But the napkins." We wanted to sit it up like a picnic blanket and like have a date on the napkins. Yeah. But they started blowing away and shit. So we went to the Bank of America and we set it all down and we sat down the napkins.
Bank of America.
Yeah. They have a really cool like grassy area in the front. And we set down the napkins and then I made us like sandwiches. I put dried apricots in the sandwiches. Yeah, and then
this is the weirdest fucking date.
And then
what kind of bread? Wonder?
No, it was actually a solid. It was like a sesame seed like baguette. Lights going down with
man of business.
Nah, there was like a cool ass. Like we set up like this like napkins, and then I went to go pee on a tree, and then I came back, put dried apricots in the bread. We ate the bread. And then she pulled up this video about like this guy on TikTok who eats like cow testicles. And then I was like, "You want to make out to this?" And she was like, "Sure." And then we made out to the video of cow testicles. And that was
so it worked.
That was the day.
The apricot, Skid Row.
That was the
Bank
day.
of America.
Cow testicles.
What am I doing wrong?
Butter.
I'm overthinking the fuck out of this. I'm thinking.
Oh my God.
I don't get it. I have an apartment too.
I mean, that sucks.
I mean, you still. I think I got to do it's got to be like George from Seinfeld. I got to start doing the opposite.
What does George do? I don't even
no, this episode. It's fantastic, but he figures out that everything he does is wrong, and Jerry tells him to do the opposite.
And then what does he do?
He's like, every day I get a tuna on rye. Today I'm getting a chicken salad on wheat, whatever. And they're in the diner where they like always are sitting, and a lady, like the gorgeous girl, comes up to him like right after he orders that, and she's like, "I couldn't help but notice, but you ordered the same exact thing as me." She got like a tuna salad. So it's like funny, like right when he changed his order, good things started happening. He started doing the opposite. And she was like, "What is it you do, George?" And he usually lies and is like, "I work for whatever." And he's like, "I live at home with my mother and I'm unemployed." she just like fucking is like, you're the hottest thing I've ever seen, and it's just like such classic fucking.
It's true, bro. It's
Seinfeld.
honesty. Girls
it's so
love
good.
that shit, dude. I'm texting a girl right now, and she's like, "Hey, where do you live?" Like, I'll pull up, and I was like, "I live in a van," and she's like, "Are you serious?" And I was like, go stalk my Instagram, you'll find it somewhere. And then she found it, and then she was like, "Holy shit, you do live in a van," and I was like. like if you were dying tomorrow, like what would you do today?
Heroin.
Really?
I don't know. No, but I do want to try it. No.
Why do you want to try it? I could see you being
movies.
a crackhead.
I know people. It's got to be a rock.
Did you say I know people?
I know people.
The only people I know who've done heroin are the fucking crackheads outside, dude.
Nah,
do you not see the results of that shit, dude?
You'd be surprised. You could be at a business table. The head of the business guy is on heroin.
Does that make it better?
You stereotype. I've seen.
What is the experience of heroin?
I mean, it's got to be a fucking nice high because you devote your life to it after. Everything to life.
What do you mean you devote your life to it after? Like you become a crackhead?
I mean, heroin is one of the most addictive drugs. So once you become addicted, it's like, I've seen it from people and family. You do anything to fucking get high.
So if it's one of the most addictive drugs, and you know that you're probably going to become one of these guys on the street if you do it, why do you want to do it?
Because you said it was my last day.
Okay, I just heard you fart. If it wasn't your last day, would you do heroin in your lifetime?
No, but it's in the back of my head of like, fuck it.
Really?
If I had a disease where a doctor told me I got a couple months to live,
you would do heroin.
I'm going in.
Why heroin and not like psychedelics? Like why not acid?
Heroin shoots you up. Have you seen Breaking Bad when Jesse does heroin?
No.
They play this great 50s song. He starts floating. And I've talked to my cousins and stuff like that. I just heard it's a phenomenal fucking high.
So your cousins...
But it ruins lives because it's so phenomenal.
And your cousins have done heroin?
I've had multiple family members do heroin.
How are they doing right now?
Oh, they're in and out.
Of what? Of life, dude?
Rehab, consciousness.
Oh my God! And this is intriguing for you.
No,
dude, the Roberts generation is dying, bro.
Yeah,
the next generation of the Robert.
We got them. We got heroin in our side.
Yeah, dude. Wow, the heroin companies are making good money off of you guys. But what makes it a phenomenal high? That's what I don't understand. Like, how are you intrigued by that?
I don't know because I've never done it. But I've talked to people that have done it, and they say it's one for the ages.
What's the craziest drug you've done?
The craziest I've done one time, ketamine.
Is that like another white person drug?
It's a white guy drug that they do at raves, but it's a horse tranquilizer.
Ah, that's what ketamine is? And what does that one make you feel?
One of those undescribable kind of things, but I don't even know if that's the craziest, and I didn't fucking like it. I didn't even know what I was getting myself into when I was doing it. This was like freshman year of...
I'm scared for you, bro.
When I tried college.
I feel like you're going to do heroin, and one day I'm going to be like at an open mic, and I'll come out of the mic, and then I'll see you like... And I'll be like, Luke, are you on your way to the Hollywood Comedy? And you're like, ah. And I'm like, dude, I thought you weren't going to do that.
No, I'm not doing heroin.
Yeah.
As long, knock on wood, but as long as I can, I hope. But if I had a couple days left, I would probably shoot up, get a Ducati, motorcycle, whatever.
I want to get a motorcycle too.
Yeah, I just know I'm dumb and not the smartest. I mean, I've gotten into a few car accidents.
Every person has like, hey, if you could say one word about this person, what would it be? And for you, it's sexless, you know? Like you're very like, that's kind of like your character on stage is like this guy who really wants sex.
I mean, I don't want, I mean.
And that's who you are, bro. Embrace it.
At the moment, yes. everyone.
One time, Luke came to my show, and like
I got
we
kicked
met a
out of
girl
the fourth wall. This fucking
because this girl was jerking him off while I was performing. We were performing on the same show together.
it was not a high
Just
moment.
your dick was doing it.
The worst part about it was the owner of the club was looking from the green room, and I was trying to whack her hand away. I was trying to get.
Why, dude? I'd be like, yeah, dude.
I don't want to get jerked off in the fourth wall. There's so many other places. I'd rather get fucking jerked off in the Hollywood Comedy. I don't know. I'd rather get jerked off in the fourth wall. Yeah, what the fuck. But just both those places, I would not want to get jerked off as a whole. And then just, I know the guy, so it was just, she wasn't jerking me off, everyone, like ripe and rare. She was just over the pants, but I got caught, and then he went on stage and he blasted me, and then she got super embarrassed and stood up and run out, and that was
and then
like
she flipped him off.
And then she flipped me off, and that was
not you off. She flipped off the host.
She flipped off the host,
owner.
but I got later flipped off.
That's the problem.
That's one of the few dates I've been on the past couple months.
You call that a date, bro?
I call
a
that
couple
a
months.
try.
That shit was like half a year ago, dog.
Whatever, not a date. Fuck you.
That only happened because, dude.
Okay, wait. Can I piss? I gotta piss really bad. Where do I go?
Outside.
Oh my god.
Go to a tree. Here, it smells like a porta. You
smells
gotta
like
slam
shit.
it. Does it actually smell like shit?
Yeah. Every time you come into the comedy club, we smell you.
Yeah. What do I smell like?
Like a dump. like a morning dump.
Do I actually smell like shit?
Always.
Really?
I just didn't want to tell you until your podcast.
Well, I know the van does.
I was in here like 4 months ago. Same smell.
Do I also smell like that?
Yeah, because you live in here. So you're constantly sucking in shitty fucking poop air. So now it goes into your skin,
bro.
You're just like comes out through your pores.
Hey, this is the nicest fucking
dude. A lot of people at Mike's are like, "This is the guy. This is the guy that smells like shit," and he lives in a van. And here he comes with his tripod, and he's gonna
everyone plug your noses.
He's gonna say Timothy Chalamet on crack or whatever. That's a good joke. I like that one.
Dude, I had a guy. I was driving him, and he plugged his nose the entire drive.
What do you mean?
Like me and this guy, we were driving in the van,
he was like that,
and he was just like this, and I was like, "You're such a pussy, dog."
No, it's terrible.
I can't trust you. I don't know.
But I gotta say, I love the tarp here. This is like an airplane. What are we on, Delta?
Don't fucking pull it.
What do you got going right there, bro? That is the weirdest thing I've ever seen.
Bro, you just took a piss and came back and started shitting on my van, dude.
I just stood out there. I'm like, what am I doing? I love this guy. I love the guy, but he's kind of shitting on me because I'm not a well-adjusted podcaster.
Every time it smells bad, I always tell myself, like, I used to live in a house, very hygienic, showered every day, and now I'm like, I've learned to be a stoic. Like, I've kind of turned my shit smell into, like, a philosophy of Stoicism, which is, like, I'm embracing having little, and part of it is smelling bad. And if people can't accept me for that, then they just don't know how to appreciate life. Like, I wash myself in a towel that is in a bag that I've been keeping in a bag for, like, a week. And
When do you wash it?
Once a week.
Once a month? Once a year?
I have 5 different towels, and I use each one twice, and I keep them all in a bag.
Oh, so it's like a mixed salad of your individual sweats?
I don't mix them in the same
bag. It's like
bag.
a mixed salad of guy. It's Guy Tuesday, Guy Monday, Guy Wednesday.
Yeah.
When do you shower again?
24-hour fitness, but I don't.
How is he getting laid?
I don't mix. I'm not getting laid, and I don't mix the towels. They're in different bags.
But
each individual.
You have 5 bags for 5.
No, they're all in here, but but they all have like. But this is before they're used, and then when I use them, I put them in their own unique bag. I have it to like clean my body, and then after I shower, I put it back in his own bag.
Unique bag.
Like each one gets his own bag, you know? So they don't all like reek each other or like stink each other
Just
up.
so much.
But they all smell.
Like you're trying to
bad
have standards while you live in a van.
No, they all smell horrible. Don't get me wrong. Like every time I clean myself, I'm like, I'm gonna take a shower, but then I'm gonna be dirty again because I'm wiping myself with this towel. You know, so I'm kind of just in an endless loop of dirt.
You were the kid that
know?
would wipe his ass with the towel when there was no toilet paper.
Nah, I'm the kid who wiped his ass with a leaf when there's nobody around and I'm at the park.
I've done that.
So when I was a kid, like when I was in high school, I was smoking weed all the time, and I felt that as it was happening, that it was like screwing me a little, because I used to be super hyperactive. I have ADHD, so I was crazy. Like I was such a crazy kid that like people didn't know what the hell to do with me. Like parents didn't even know what to do with me in their house if I was like hanging out with a friend or something. Like I was ridiculous, and I always needed to eat or drink something or like. Dude, I don't know, bro. I don't even remember. Like I'd like run around and like do weird shit and like talk to everyone, like talk to their siblings and shit, and they'd be like, "Bro, what the fuck is wrong with this?" Yeah. And then I started smoking weed and I started getting more calm. And I was in high school. I was smoking weed every day, and then it started calming me down. Like my regular baseline behavior went from like 100 to like 70 to like 50. Like
So it like normalized you almost.
Well, I wouldn't say normalized, but I would say like I went from like super energetic all the time, started smoking weed. My baseline energy went from that super energetic all the time to like a calm, chill dude. And then ever since then, I was kind of like, at first I was like, fuck, man, I miss my old self. But it's not like it's gone. I've learned to like bring it back, and it comes. Now it's just kind of like a part of me. Like, I have different aspects, but I think that stress, believe it or not, the way that I see it is like stress is like something you have to try to do. You know what I mean? Like, I feel like if you don't know how to channel your like brain or like your energy, you'll stress because you don't know how to think. I feel like people who just don't know how to think stress. You know what I mean? Like that's why I hear like anxiety and shit, and I'm like, dude, you do your fucking thing with that, bro. Like, and I know it's like there's like
you hear a lot
illness,
of continue.
but in my brain it's like, dude, fuck, I'm chilling, dude. Like,
No, absolutely.
I went through crazy shit in my life. Like I saw my sister, like I walked in on my sister's dead body. Like I've like done crazy shit in my life on my own. Like I've seen crazy things living in this van. I've done crazy things living in this van. And with all that, I think it's all about your attitude. You just got to see everything and have a good mindset.
Absolutely.
And that's it. I feel like people just overthink shit. Like
That's all
once,
it is.
Once you realize that you're going to die.
Overthinking.
But that's the thing.
A lot of it.
What is overthinking? You know what I mean? If you think about it, in 100 years... every single person that you know right now and everyone you've ever met is probably going to be dead. In 100 years, 99% of the people on this planet are going to be dead. All right? Most likely, if technology doesn't advance in like some crazy way, everyone's going to die. And then what? Like who mattered? What mattered? What matters now? Why did this matter or that matter? Everything is so small and minuscule.
That's a phenomenal way of thinking, and it's good. I just feel like a lot of people just lose track of that because they're caught up in their everyday bullshit. They don't even.
Well, if you think about it, okay, everyday bullshit. But what are you really, dude? You're an animal who hibernates in the night, wakes up in the day, does things to progress humanity, but are you really doing anything to progress humanity because you're so small and meaningless? But what is humanity?
Well,
it's just
stupid people.
It's just a bunch of living animals that are on a tiny rock, just floating in nothingness that just continues into more nothingness, and somehow
it's not nothing.
Everything is important, and you need to stress about it. That's why I don't believe in stress. I mean, look, I'm not going to say I don't stress.
I'm on board with you, but I do think a certain amount of stress is also healthy.
Well, yeah.
I wouldn't say not to not stress
I mean,
either.
right.
I think you need it as well in your life. I think it makes you feel satisfied when you're done whatever you've conquered any stress that you got. I think that's a great satisfaction. In life is like, I don't know, just getting over the things that terrify you, fear you, stress you out.
Uh-huh.
So I think you need a little. Not all the time.
Well,
but
there's nothing
feel
wrong
like,
with it.
Like when you're stressed out at work though, and then you finally you get the fucking day done with, there's a sense of feeling good than if that day there was no stress and you were doing nothing all day. I don't know. You feel better going home. Maybe feeling worked, but at least you made it through some bullshit and you feel a little proud of yourself.
But at the end of the day, you feel proud of yourself, but it still probably doesn't matter.
It doesn't matter, but it's
Whatever you do,
up to the individual, I
whatever
guess.
you do in this world, what makes it matter?
Nothing.
What do you mean nothing?
Wait, you said what you do in this world? What makes it?
What makes it matter? What makes it like important? You know, like who are you doing it for? Who cares?
If you're doing it for someone else,
That's what makes it matter.
that's what makes it. That's I think.
Okay, but
Because why? If you're doing it for yourself, why does it matter?
well, think about the people around you. Like, in a sense, everything that we do is for others. Like,
Or no. There's a lot of people just doing things for themselves.
well, they do it for selfish reasons, but most of these selfish things that people do root from trying to most likely have something to do with maybe impressing somebody else or feeling a sense of status or accomplishment. Everything is usually rooted around each other.
Okay, yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
Like we're all in this together. You know what I mean? We're all on this planet together. We're all doing this, and that's why
When were you born, by the way?
Tel Aviv, Israel,
No, what year?
2000.
2000. Okay.
It doesn't matter what you do, who you are. You're on this planet, and you're just here with everyone else. That's it. Everyone's here. You're here all together, but you spend a lot of it alone. But you're still going through it as a whole. You know what I mean? And then once you see that, you just start really like understanding that it doesn't matter what situation you're in. It doesn't matter how much you have or how much you don't have. Because by everyone having something, you have a part of that. And you're always just making it to the next level. Like the same way you make it to the next level in your career, you make it to the next level as humanity. Like, because isn't that like the whole thing, really? If you think about the big picture and not be selfish, is that everything we do is just to progress humanity? And if everything we do is to progress humanity, then what really does matter?
You went full circle right there. Nothing. But I like to think a little.
So do heroin, bro. If nothing matters, just do it. Who cares if you destroy your life, you know? Because if it only matters if you destroy your life if you care what other people
I just want to
think.
rock a little something before I hit the grave, you know? At least go to the grave knowing I did something of some significance on some scale. Just
Well, that's why
put a little dent, you know, and that's it. That's really it.
But
I just don't want to
that
die
dent-
alone, and I want to do a little dent.
But don't you feel like that dent is like a selfish way of saying I want to make a difference and I want to make some
Why is
change
that
in
selfish?
other people's life? Because why does it matter if you make that dent or somebody else? Like it's kind of like saying if I wanted to
Okay,
get us to Mars,
got it.
I want to put my name on it. I want to put the dent.
Maybe because I just don't want to sit back and watch other people dent when you want to be part of the dents. Why be an observer?
So you want to be part of the change, but just so that you have the influence, like the ability to say, I was a part of the change. You see me in this history book here?
Yeah, and hopefully it can make people feel better on the way
Nah.
in their life.
I don't think
Hopefully
that.
I can.
It's hopefully
make
I
someone
can
a little
feel
better.
a little bit better that other people think that I feel good.
No, I want to make other people feel good simultaneously while I'm.
Feeling good.
Yes,
That's why we do comedy, bro.
that's it. That's what I'm saying. Is as long as I can make.
But at the end of the day, we're in entertainment. You know what I mean? So it's like when we die, then that's all we were, just puppets.
Well, weren't you happy though that you at least made some other people happy.
Yeah.
That in itself is something great, just being able to fuck around and make other people change mood. I think that is the biggest appeal for me, is just knowing that I did something to make them in a better
But who cares about
phase.
Luke Robert? You know what I mean?
I don't care about me, but I do, but I don't.
But if you don't care about yourself, then why should anybody else?
That's why I said, but I do, but I don't. I obviously do.
You're you, bro. I feel like you're the only person who cares about you as much as you do.
It's true. No,
Like I feel like
maybe
I feel
my
like,
mother.
Yeah, your mother, your dad, maybe if he's still around, and
Maybe you.
and that's not. I'm not giving you like a. in a
that was
fucked
like
up
a what the
way.
fuck are you saying?
It's more of like a. It's
obviously,
more
you
of,
don't give a damn about Lukey.
It's not that I don't give a damn. It's that like I live my own life. You know what I mean? Just like you live your own life. So every day you think about you and your shit and what you got to do.
What you wake up in the morning with, whatever.
Yeah, I look in the mirror and I see Guy Rubin. I don't see Luke Robert. You wake up in the mirror, you see Luke Robert. You don't see Guy Rubin. So why? You don't really care about me. Just like I don't really care about you. If you died, I'd probably care about you a little more for a couple days.
Fuck,
But
you
that's
really
it.
get deep with it, but it's true. I know.
Nobody cares about anybody, dog.
I was really thinking about that at work too. I was like,
Well, look, like it's not like that. It's a pessimistic
really,
way of
nobody
saying.
cares where you're from, when you die.
That's it. I mean, but it's not a bad way to look at
dark.
it. It's not a sad thing if you think about it. It's cool. It's actually something to embrace, the fact that nobody cares about you, because you're like, I get to do whatever I want. You're when you realize that nobody cares about you doesn't mean that like nobody cares about like you as a human or like as an individual. Like I'm thinking about you. It means that like it means that nobody's like really thinking about you. Nobody like
The way
really,
you think people are thinking about it.
like if you fuck up your own life, I might like be like, hey man, you make your own decisions. You know what I mean? Right. But I'm not gonna be like, Luke, stop this. There are people in the world who really care about other people and genuinely do.
Would do shit like that. Yeah.
But like at the end of the day, like we are all in this world together, but we're all in it alone, kind of, because we're all like making our own decisions, doing our own thing, like chasing our own dreams, living our own life. So it's kind of like, you know what? You live your life, I'll live mine. I care about you right now, because you're in my like brain right now.
Right.
But in like a year, I might not even know who you are, or I might be dead, or you might not even know who I am, or I might be dead, or you might be dead. It's like you don't fucking know. So it's not like nobody cares about you and you should be sad. It's nobody cares about me, so I could do whatever I want. I could be whatever I want. I could be whoever I want, and
I can live wherever I want.
Yep. And then when I die in 100 years. I'm not saying I'm gonna die in 100 years, but in 100 years when I'm dead, and all these people who I thought cared about me so much, so I became a product of who I wanted to be, of who they wanted me to be, and who this person told me I should be, and did the career that this person told me I should be. And in 100 years when I'm dead and they're all dead and everyone's dead, I'm just like, hey man, this is me now. I'm like, I didn't give a fuck about what any of these people wanted me to be, because I knew they didn't actually care. And they're just projecting whatever shit they were going through on me, and I'm just either going to be a product of it or not. But because I don't care, I do what I want.
You do what you want.
And that's how you should live. Nobody fucking cares about you, and embrace it.
I mean, you've made it extremely clear. You do what you want.
What do you mean?
I don't know. No, I mean, you live in a fucking van. You show up whenever you want. You work whenever you want. You drive wherever you want. I feel like you live a pretty fucking... There's not many people slashing the whip at you. I feel like you can do whatever the fuck you want.
I think anyone can if they really wanted to.
Yeah, but sometimes you're confined based on relationships, family... Other bullshit.
That's what I'm saying, is that like a lot of people have this like this box of how they think you should be, and then when you stop fitting.
What
in their
about like the
box-
situations that you're put in? Not even like how you should be.
Well, that's the thing about
how you
React.
are,
There-
literally
so
in the moment.
That's a great question, because there's two instances, and it's like what happens to you and how you react to what happens to you. That's part of who you are.
Right.
And if you react
The second
to shit,
half is what is all of it.
I mean, what do you mean?
How you react.
Right. That's everything. That's
Yeah,
everything.
yeah,
Is
yeah.
You have no. It's what you have control over and what you don't have control over. You don't have control over what happens to you, but you have full control over how you react to what happens to you.
Right.
So if the way you react to shit is like this bad thing happened to me, I'm gonna beat myself over it. There's another person who the same thing happened to them, and they're like, fuck yeah, I just learned something. I'm gonna write this down so I can be better next time this happens. I'm gonna do this better now. I smell like shit. I'm gonna put on more cologne. I'm gonna shower better. Like, fuck 24-hour fitness. I'm changing my membership. You know?
Fuck that
I'm
soap
done
in
using
there.
Suave soap at the Dollar Tree, dog. You know,
Oh my.
I want to change. I'm a changed man.
Bro, but you're going on dates.
Well, yeah, but I don't want to smell weird. You know what I mean? Like that's what I was asking.
I'm using $15 body wash, and it's not getting me anywhere. So.
Well, I think it's all about confidence. I think that the only thing that was keeping all these girls with me as long as they were
is my confidence.
was. I mean, if you have
your
it,
confidence.
I mean, dude, because if I smell bad but I'm confident, they're like, all right, he smells bad, but at
But
least
he's confident about it.
at least he's proud of it. You know what I mean?
Right.
But
Can I piss one more time?
Bro, what? No, we're gonna end in like a few minutes. Just hold it in.
Dude, it's terrible. It's
What?
the Bud Lights. They can't find.
Hold it in,
I
you
can't
pussy.
focus anymore.
Hold it in, you pussy.
I will be so quick.
dude.
It's right on the tree, please.
No, you're
Oh
gonna
my God.
sit like
Dude,
and behave.
how many more minutes?
You're gonna behave like a young man.
I'm scratching my fucking cock. I don't care.
Get your hand
Dude,
out of there.
I have to go.
Get your hand.
I gotta go. I gotta
If you
go.
open that door, I'm closing it behind you, and this podcast is over.
I have to get my bag.
Dude, look, man.
Oh my God.
You
All
have to
right,
sit
all right,
still
all
and
right.
behave.
Can I go in this?
You have to
Dude,
behave.
please. Now you got me talking about. I'm going. Please.
Hey, you have to. Hey, young man.
Dude, I'm blind.
Young man, close that door.
Stop! Don't do that to me, Jeffrey! Stop! Jeffrey! Stop!
Close that door, young man.
Jeffrey!
Close that door, young man.
Jeffrey!
Close that door.
Jeffrey!
Young man. Close that door, young man.